Thank you for sitting here and waiting for my presentation. Actually, my English is not that good, and Alan told me that I can speak in Chinese, and there is a simultaneous interpreter. But when I came here, I found that no, so I have to try my best to give this presentation in English. Yeah, okay. Okay, first of all, I will give an introduction about our fund. Yeah, the fund names China Cultural Industrial Investment Fund, and it is a state-owned, market-oriented fund, and the capital size of the first fund is 4.1 billion RMB yuan, and the founders include the Ministry of Finance of China and the CCTV, and also China International the China International Television Corporation is the subdivision of CCTV, and also the biggest shareholder is the Bank of China, and also the Shenzhen International Cultural Industrial Fair. It represents the Shenzhen government. So actually, it is a fund raised by the Chinese government, and the fund starts in 2011, and now in this year we start the second fund. Okay, then what have we invested? We have invested in nearly 40 companies in the past 5 years, and the total amount of capital invested is 3.5 billion RMB yuan, and we focus on the cultural and media industry, including the internet and movie and TV, and also drama and animation, and also advertising and game, and even some cultural equipments or cultural services. Our fund achieves very good performance in the past 5 years, and you see the companies with the red rectangle, we have achieved 10 times performance evaluation gain in the past, and also for the companies with the yellow rectangle, we achieved 3 times or to 5 times evaluation gain. And for the rest of the companies, we achieve more than 1 times or 2, 3 times evaluation gain. And none of the companies died in the past years. Okay, then. Why in the past we have achieved a very good performance because we in the past 5 years the China's cultural industrial grows very fast, and also this is the first reason. And the second reason is that there was a big bubble in the capital market. So the two bubbles made make us earn a lot in the past. Then. How do we think about the VR? The VR. This picture shows the idea of VR. For example, this picture shows the percentage of advertising in different media. You know, the cultural industry, the development of cultural industry in the world starts from the newspaper, and then the movie magazines, and the radio in 100 years ago. And then after 1950s, the TV grows up. And then the TV, from the broadcasting TV to the cable TV. When the TV comes, the other kind of media grows down. And then after 1990s, the internet grows very fast, and especially in the past 10 years, the mobile internet grows very fast. So most of the companies we invested also works in the mobile internet. They have something done with the mobile internet. So this is the industry, the trend of the industry. Then what's the next? The next, maybe after 2020, the VR or AR will grow. That's why we focus on the VR, and we need to catch the next trend of the cultural industry. Okay, then in the past 1 year, we contacted many VR companies in China, maybe more than 50 big VR companies in China. And currently, most of them do not have a clear business model. But here I list some of the companies, then they can earn money. For example, currently, there is many VR equipment company. They built, for example, the egg trail and also the ski or cycle or racing equipment. They sell the equipment to the offline VR stores to China, and they do not run the stores by themselves, but they sell equipment. They can earn money, and some of them, these companies can earn. The net profit can be more than 60 million. 60 million RMB yuan. Yeah, it's very, they earn a lot of money in China, but they cannot do much bigger than these figures, because the market, the volume is not very large to make the VR equipments. So in the next day, many of these companies are making the VR games. They are focusing, they are trying their best to do some other things to make money. And that one is a VR game. Now, there are many VR game companies in China, and some of them do the games on the HTC Vive system, for example, that one. And some do, currently the most famous VR games in China is the Mercenary and the Convict. In the VR game Mercenary, the players can saw the bullets flies from the enemies to ourselves. It's just like real, and they can stand up and down and move forward and to avoid the bullets. And for the Convict game, more than 2 people can play the games together. And for example, only a very small region, it can contain 2 or 4 people can play together. And also some VR game company built online platform. Online platform, for example, the Zama company, they connect many VR games together in their own platform. So the VR stores can download the platform and deliver the VR games to the players. Usually the VR game store are opened in shopping malls or in some buildings. They can make marketing in the internet, attract people to play. Also, currently Chinese also have some hardware companies. For example, the Dapeng VR, they do a headset, and recently they released a new version that it is much, it is not heavier than the HTC Vive, and my colleagues tried this one and say that's very good. And also many companies are doing the panorama camera, and the internet companies, video companies bought their camera devices to provide the online video streaming. And some mobile internet company built the 3D mobile broadcasting, especially there are some beautiful girls to show, and you can play with you can send gifts, 3D gifts, for example, tanks or aircrafts, to send some very interesting things to the girls, and players can interact with the girls, and even we can use guns to shoot the gifts which was sent by other users. And also, there are many VR video platforms, for example, iQIYI or Youku. They collect video games, they collect VR videos built by the many small studios. And also, in the primary school, many primary schools already use VR to teach students. And also, VR are used in the real estate. Okay, the whole industry of VR, from the content generation to content distribution and the end devices, and among that is the applications. So the red one shows the most interesting shows the areas we are interested. We especially interested in the application, not interested in end devices, because end devices usually there are many big companies like Huawei or Xiaomi can do that, and the startups cannot show great competency. And for the content generation, some video content generation or game content generation companies, we are also interested because they can have some business model in the future, just like the internet or mobile internet, the business model in the past. Okay, then the timeline. Actually, in the year before last year, there was a big bubble in the Chinese capital market. Many VR companies get a high valuation, but at that time, our fund was not that excited about this, because we thought that was a bubble, because the VR was cannot be that mature at last year. So we are still waiting. Maybe we will invest in VR companies in the next or the year after next year. Oh, okay. Only 2 minutes. Okay, this is our view of the VR. We think that the daybreak maybe in the next year, because the huge companies can do this. The devices will upgrade in next year, and the penetration ratio will be beyond 10% after 2019, and after then the industry can speed up. So our interest is after the 2009. We are still keep pace with the VR industry. Okay, there was many questions we are thinking about, and I will skip it. If you have some good projects, we can chat and discuss the questions later. Okay, then the last slides here, the criteria of our investment. Actually, when we invest, we focus on the 5 points. The first is the industry. When the industry surges, when the industry boom, and we also consider the space of the industry, stage of development, and the position of the company in the industry chain, and also competition situation. And the second is the business model. We care about the profit model, competitive barrier, and the growth path, and also some indicators of operation. And the third is the team. We will focus on the founders, the core team, and the incentive mechanism, and the shareholding structure. And the last 2 factors are price and also what we can do to help companies to grow up. Usually we help the companies in resources. We introduce a lot of resources in China to the invested companies so that they can find the market better, and we can also give them some ideas about the strategy of growth, and we can also help them to grow and list in the Chinese stock market. And also we have done a lot of value-added service to our invested companies. Okay, that's all. And you can contact me later if you are interested to do business in China. Okay, thank you very much.